I'll tell you something. It's getting tough to get over this. Maybe you saw the piece in the Post-Standard about the rant I did about the Senate race, and then the Gorman article yesterday actually calling the Republican candidate a whiny rich kid and so on. Unprecedented language out of that paper. So hot feelings, raw feelings, as I think some have said, continue to be the order of the day. The other night in Carthage's report of a barroom disagreement that people had to be pulled apart. They were arguing over it, and the election was over. And then I was sitting there at Pete's the other night, I think Saturday, and I won't say who was next to me. I was sitting next to a former Miss New York and her husband, and on the other side there's a veteran Channel 7 employee who likes to play hockey, and all of a sudden, it was just a general political discussion started getting heated. I mean, talking about that dumb fishing story and on the Salmon River and stuff, and things were getting a little heated. There was some verbosity and some, well, I don't know if it was vulgarity or not, but anyway, it was just I just finally had to say, why can't we all just get along? And I kind of had to excuse myself, but tempers continue to run high over that, but I think they'll get over it. Now we got to get into the big fall elections here. We're already going to start gearing up for the Albertine re-election deal, and then the Senate seat that may or may not be coming up soon. More names continue to surface in that. And I don't really, I think Ted Ford on his blog was mentioning names. I know there's others. Let's see, who is it? Ted and his tribe are on their way to Albany today for a little soiree with the new senator and Smiling Malcolm and all the rest of them there in the Democratic caucus. So that's where they'll be hanging out. But anyway, we hope they all have a good time, I guess. A good time. Let's see what, the number of people running. Ted thinks there's Messina Village Police Chief Timmy Courier, a St. Lawrence County legislator named Gary Paquin. Of course, there's Tedra Cobb, who lives a county legislator. David Button, a Canton Town supervisor. Sam LaMasha, he's an Ogdensburg City councilor. John Wick, a businessman from Messina. Apparently this other guy, Penske, is a friend of Wick, and it isn't really the one that's being pushed or something. And down in Jefferson County, of course, there's the sheriff as we call him, John Burns, and county legislator Addie Jenny Russell. You always hear, of course, our friend the florist's name mentioned, but I don't think he's running. So I just don't think that's going to happen. So there you go. It's just some of the names that have been mentioned so far for Assembly in the 118th. I don't think that people from Messina are going to get it. Strongest candidates? Of course, you also have to mention Patty Ritchie, who's the St. Lawrence County clerk. On the Republican side, I'd say, I'm just making an observation. It's not an endorsement. I'm not leaning anywhere. I'd say Patty Ritchie is probably the strongest candidate in terms of being able to perform in the election, because she's run before. She knows how to win elections. She's personable and well thought of. And in a race where we just got out of a lot of acrimony, I think she'd be a tough candidate. On the Democratic side, I would think Sheriff John Burns comes from a well-respected political family from here in Jefferson County, which, of course, is the center of the universe. Well thought of for the job he's done in law enforcement over the years, and certainly well known as well. So I would say those are the top two names. If they insist on a St. Lawrence County candidate for the Democrats, I think you have to look at that Tedra Cobb from the county legislator in terms of having bona fides and gravitas and good looks to boot. So, I guess you might look that way, but, geez, I don't know. I think if it's a race between two St. Lawrence County people, and one of the St. Lawrence County people is Patty Ritchie, Patty wins. And if it's a St. Lawrence versus Jefferson County race, it's anybody's guess how that plays out. So, that's my analysis. Crude and primitive as it may be, but nonetheless, that's it. 755-1240 is the phone number if you'd like to give us a call to be on the show today. And, tried to get through the last campaign without having a horse in the fight, and still got dragged in on all the nonsense, but we're definitely going to do that this time. Jim Levin's here, Upper East Side liberal. Or is it Upper West Side?
Well, I wish I was on the Upper West Side. It's more expensive.
It is? Okay, I didn't realize that.
Upper East Side liberal.
Because it looks out at New Jersey, is that why?
Yeah, we love New Jersey.
Instead of Brooklyn or something?
Yeah. So I only have a minute because I have a job.
You saw your name in the Post-Standard?
I didn't see my name in I heard you were in the Post-Standard, and I heard you were in Newsday, and I heard you were in the New York Post.
Well,
so I had to come in and ask you about this because I didn't hear you.
We did this, well, Joe and I did it. It was my idea, but he helped, and it was sort of a parody on using the old rant from the movie Network.
He told me I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. I love that speech.
It is. It's a great thing.
I love it.
Peter Finch, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But anyway, we did that, and then News Junkie put it up on YouTube, and they emailed it to, I think it was Liz Benjamin, who does the Ace political reporter for the Daily News. She had it on her blog, so everybody was linking to it. The Post-Standard called me last week, very amused by it, and so they transcribed it, and didn't you see it? I had it hanging up.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
Oh, okay. It's a nice full page.
No, I saw it. I mean, it's enormous.
We did make
kudos to you.
We made an oblique reference to you.
Uh-oh.
We lumped you in with all the other downstaters.
With the East Side liberals.
East Side liberals, other various ne'er-do-wells from the city of New York, but...
That's me.
It's amazing. It just goes to show in the modern media age how something can just all of a sudden be everywhere. Oh, and I got invited to be on that Capital Tonight report.
Did you really?
I was on that.
On News 10?
On News 10.
I like News 10. They do a good job.
Yeah, and it was a live interview, and it was kind of neat. That Brian Taffy, or what his name is? Yeah, you're side by side in a box with him on there, me there. They did it right out of the Time Warner building on Eastern Boulevard, and it was kind of neat to do that. So just one little radio skit, and all of a sudden you're a big deal.
Well, that's what happens when you use a little bit of intellect and creativity. That's what makes radio so special.
Yeah.
Because it's mosaics with sound and words.
How do you explain Glenn Curry, then?
I don't think anybody can explain Glenn Curry.
Yeah.
I don't know if Glenn Curry's going to be on tonight. I tried to make him go home. He is so sick.
Yeah. And he's run out of greatest hit shows. That's a short inventory there. So
now that's not nice.
Now
I happen to like Live at 5. I think it's a great show.
It's
funny.
Show. Well, you're on it a lot.
I don't like those shows.
Now, where'd you go this weekend? Anywhere exciting?
Where else?
California?
New York.
You went to New York?
Yeah. I hung out in the city.
You flew down, or?
I didn't fly down, but U.S. Scare did.
So you flew out of Syracuse?
Yeah. I drove in both directions and didn't hit a whiteout for once, which is
that's good.
Nice this time of year.
That's good. You didn't go to California?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not going to go to California for a while. My friend from California is coming here in a couple of weeks.
To Watertown?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, to New York.
That's a little too much culture shock.
No. It's just too long a trip. If it's only for a weekend, it's pretty hard.
You can't get the...
I'm the only moron who would do something like that. I mean, it takes forever to get to California if you're only going for a weekend.
Yeah. Well, our girl's in trouble.
Yeah, I think so. I think Hillary's kind of We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm
praying. You got any friends in Ohio or Texas? Give them a call.
I know people both places, but I don't know that it's they're not influential people.
Those are the flyover states, as we call them, the East Coast elitists. But still, it's.
No, I'm the East Coast elitist.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you were saying?